Hello everyone and welcome back to Starlight News. This is our last week before Thanksgiving break, and let me tell you, I am so excited for this upcoming break. Even though Thanksgiving may look a little bit different for a lot of us this year, we still wanted to take the time to relax, reflect, and appreciate all that we have in our life right now. So, this week, we wanted to take the time to honor and recognize the native people of this land with a land acknowledgement. We also have a great compilation of all your videos that you guys sent in on what you guys were thankful for. And finally, we have our Woman of the Week. So let's hand it over to Emmy as she gets us started with our land acknowledgement.
In our senior stars and government classes, our teachers like to begin each week with a land acknowledgement. The purpose of this acknowledgement is to remind us of our accountability and privileges and to honor and recognize the Indigenous peoples and nations that were originally here. And so now we want to share with you our own land acknowledgement that was edited from the district's Cultural Proficiency Department and from the University of Texas. As many of us go and are about to celebrate Thanksgiving, we wanted to share this with you to remind you of who was originally here.
We recognize and honor that we live and learn on the shared lands and waters of the Comanche and Tonkawa. We express our respect for the three federally recognized nations, Alabama Cushata, the Kickapoo Traditional Tribe of Texas, and the Isleta del Sur Pueblo, within the state, as well as other indigenous peoples and nations. Karankawa, Caddo, Apache, Wichita, Coahuiltecan, Neches, Sana, Humanos, that have historic ties to these homelands.
We also acknowledge the multiple ways that the state of Texas and residents of this land have benefited from the forced and systematic removal of Native peoples, as well as attempts to erase Indigenous peoples from our history.
We honor the original stewards of the land we inhabit in Austin, as well as their ways of being and knowing. We recognize that Indigenous ways of learning are vital to education.
We acknowledge the kindness and selflessness that the Wampanoag showed the settlers in 1621. We understand that Thanksgiving is a day of mourning for some Indigenous people. We recognize the false narrative of Thanksgiving being a holiday where natives and pilgrims came and shared a feast together. Instead, the feast was a barbaric celebration of the Pequot Massacre in 1637, which resulted in the killing of a whole native village. We acknowledge that many of the foods and traditions that come from Thanksgiving are from Indigenous culture. We honor Native people for their contributions and will continue to spread awareness and truth of the holiday on Thanksgiving.
We are always on Indigenous homelands and among Indigenous people, and through this acknowledgement, we hope to increase accountability and encourage genuine action among those of us who have the privilege and responsibility of teaching, learning, and leading. And to remind you all that this month is Native American Heritage Month, and that November 23rd is Native American Heritage Day.
Even in these tough times, there's many things that we can appreciate and be thankful for. It can be hard to find those things, but by listening to what others appreciate can help us find our appreciation too. So now we have people from our area's community sharing what they're thankful for.
Some things I'm thankful for are all the healthcare workers and everybody trying to treat the coronavirus. I'm thankful for my family and my friends, shelter, food, water, and my good health. Another thing that I'm thankful for is teachers educating me over online school, which is not easy.
I am really thankful for all the healthcare workers and scientists and pretty much everyone who is out there working despite COVID and who are risking their lives to keep the economy moving and get a vaccine for this whole mess. And I'm really thankful for having a home and food and clothing. And I'm really thankful for my entire family and all my friends and all the teachers who help educate me. And I'm thankful for the school that I have.
I am thankful for my family. I'm thankful for a lot of things in my life, and some things I'm thankful for are my good health, my family, friends, teachers, people who are educating me and have educated me to have the ability and the mindset to pursue a career path or to just be able to be a successful student.
I am thankful for all of the people on the front lines trying to treat the coronavirus.
I am especially thankful for my mother, who has taught me to be a strong and independent woman. She has been a great role model over the past few months, and so I'm especially grateful just to have her in my life. I am also grateful for the sport of volleyball, especially right now. Being able to finish out my senior volleyball season, especially with the district championship, is something I will forever be grateful for.
Good morning, stars. I want to tell you what I'm thankful for this year. I am thankful for a lot of things, but on the top of my list is the resilience and strength of this community. I'm also very thankful for the dedication and the time that the teachers and the staff have put in this semester. I'm thankful for the positive leadership of the student body, and I'm thankful for Starlight News. These girls saw a problem within our community. They knew we needed more time and more connection, and they created a solution for that. And they brought us all together, and they take a lot of their personal time to make Starlight News work. And it's not just working, it's a professional organization that I really appreciate and want to continue. So I want to thank all stars. This has been a hard year, but you put in the best, you put your best foot forward the entire time. So thank you.
So many amazing things to be thankful for. This year, I am especially thankful for women throughout history who have paved the way for future generations of women. Our Woman of the Week was the first female chief of the Cherokee Nation. Do you know who it is?
Wilma Pearl Mankiller was born on November 18, 1945 in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and was a descendant of the Cherokee Nation. Always passionate about helping her people, in the mid-1970s, she worked for the government of the Cherokee Indian Nation as a tribal planner and program developer. Mankiller ran for deputy chief of the Cherokee Nation in 1983 and won, holding the position for 2 years. Then in 1985, she was named the tribe's principal chief and became the first woman to serve as principal chief of the Cherokee Nation.
Mankiller focused on improving the nation's government, healthcare, and education system. Even after her time in office, she continued her activism on behalf of Native Americans and women. Sadly, she passed away April 6, 2010. Wilma Mankiller broke many barriers for women in the Cherokee Nation by becoming the first female chief and is an inspiration for us all. We now would like to leave you with a quote from her. She said, "Everybody's sitting around saying, well, geez, we need someone to solve this problem of bias. That somebody is us. We all have to try to figure out a better way to get along."
Thank you so much for watching another episode of Starlight News. Before we leave, we wanted to thank you guys for watching our episodes every week and for submitting in videos, Instagram posts, anything to keep this channel running. We're especially thankful to the seniors who are continuing to bring amazing senior speeches and allowing us to continue that tradition every week. We also wanted to take this time to thank the faculty and admin who have helped us start this YouTube channel. So thank you, Miss Roy, Mr. Hatch, Miss Worsma, and especially Ms. DeCuppa. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to spread the positivity in our community from our homes. So thank you. As you go into this week, we want you guys to take the time to reflect and share what you guys are thankful for, surrounded by the people you love, and it'll for sure make a great week. So have a great week, stars. Have a restful break, and we'll see you guys soon.